EISA mission acknowledges and commends the active participation of Kenyan civil society in the electoral process, particularly in voter education, election observation, advocacy, peace initiatives to promote a credible election in Kenya. The EISA mission is of the view that the constitutional and legal framework for democratic election in Kenya is largely conducive for the enjoyment of equal opportunities for women and men. Specific legal provisions relating to women's participation are largely in line with Kenya's international and regional obligations and commitments to inclusive electoral processes. The mission is also of the opinion that the constitutional provisions of the two-third gender rule is compliant with the African Charter, on democracy, elections, and governance. That to vote is that there's none of the polling stations that will stay there from beginning to the end. We were itinerant observers. You observe the process here, you leave. So we noted that. But we cannot say definitely that those voters did not vote at the end. Because if you present identity, whether it's the national ID card or the voter registration card, and if the came machine don't read, of course, if once they use the manual, they will check. If your particulars are in the manual, they are allowed to vote. But in some cases, people go to the wrong line. And in that case, your name will never appear. So when those voters go back, of course, there are supervisors that go around. And definitely they will go and complain. Somebody will take them, they ask for their names, and take them to the appropriate line. They will vote, and probably they are voted. So we cannot conclude and say they never voted. This has happened. Sometimes the machine can fail. I remember 2011 presidential election in Nigeria, when I was even a sitting president. And we were not using this KIM machine, we were using card reader then. When I wanted to vote, I went there with my wife and my mother. The card reader rejected my card. My wife presented her own was rejected. My mother was also rejected. But then we left, we came back. Later on, it was sorted out, and we voted.